Oh, it just won't stop. It just won't stop. And like, it is the funniest thing in the world because Unrivaled as a league is a very interesting one. It is a league where your ability to create a shot is the only thing that matters. That is the only thing that matters. It is your ability to create a shot. And that does not just mean ability on the perimeter, being able to score in the post or being able just to physically overpower people is also a thing, which is why the Rose have been so effective because they have the strongest player in the league in Angel Reese, who is just physically just bullying people. And I mean that in the best way possible. Like, nobody can guard Angel Reese. She is literally just out there bullying people. And she's also getting away with literally, like, just, I'm pretty sure at one stage she just swung an elbow at Katie Lou Samuelson, and got called an and one. Like, there is no better whistle right now on the offensive end than Angel Reese getting away with shoves. But if the refs aren't going to call it, you keep doing it. Like, that's the thing where it's like you play the referees. The only thing it's not like there's no definition for a foul when you're on the court. A foul is whatever the referee blows the whistle. But Chelsea Gray is doing very well for the Rose. And Chelsea Gray is a player who's a very good shot maker. And she even still was last year. Like, there were times last year where she was a good shot maker. The problem is that if you guys don't look at how she's scoring shots, and the reason why I'm saying this is a problem is that there are idiots trying to argue that Chelsea Gray is the best point guard in the WNBA. This current version of Chelsea Gray. I'm going to give you a little bit of an update on, the whole running thing. Chelsea Gray still can't run. Like, she was never fast, but she still can't guard anybody. Other teams' point guards are cooking her. Like, she's getting cooked by her matchup every time. And in her defense, she's cooking her matchup more than she's getting cooked, which is fine. Like, look, she's not a good defender. Neither are the two best point guards in WNBA in Caitlin Clark and Sabrina Ionescu. The difference is that they are so much better than Chelsea Gray in tighter spaces. Sabrina Ionescu and Caitlin Clark create space. Chelsea Gray needs space to cook. And funnily enough, the Chelsea Gray Angel Reese combination is working really well because both of them excel in space. And like, if you guys don't know what Chelsea Gray can do as far as shot making is concerned, just look up Chelsea Gray in the 2022 playoffs. Like, it's mind-boggling what she was doing. Like, the shots that she can take. Like, she's obviously very, very good when it comes to just catch and shoot, but it's like just that ability to just be able to create those shots. And she just got nuclear hot in those playoffs. The problem is that anyone with a brain is going to overplay Chelsea Gray. Because, like, if you're looking at how she's playing back then, and this is obviously talking about who the best point guard is like, if you overplayed Chelsea Gray back in those days, she was able to burn you. She was able to do a bunch of stuff. She can't run anymore. First of all, she can still kind of create this space, this speed. And if you look at how Chelsea Gray is playing in Unrivaled, she's literally just backing people down. She's either shooting pull-up jump shots or she's backing people down. Like, you can afford to overplay when there's 5 people on the floor because there's a help defender in there. Because none of Chian Parker Meg Gustafson can kind of spread the floor. AJ Wilson can kind of spread the floor but wants to play inside. Meg Gustafson, AJ Wilson, Chian Parker Tyus, I don't know necessarily about Liz Kitley, and Kia Stokes. None of them, like, both of them are going to draw help. So that's where the issue is, where it's like, she's not going to be the greatest in the world when it comes to 5-on-5, and especially because the bigger court, because she can control the tempo on the offensive end, they can play slow. The Rose like to play really slow unless it's like Angel Reese pushes the tempo well. And I actually do find that what's her name's actually been very good off the ball, Chelsea Gray. But when we're talking about, is Chelsea Gray the best point guard? No. She's not even better than Sabrina Ionescu or Skylar Diggins. Like, come on, what are we talking about? She's no faster than she was during the season. Yes, her jump shot's a little bit better, but she's no faster than she was in a season where she averaged 8 and 5. She averaged 8 and 5. She averaged 10 and 6 in the postseason with 3 turnovers a game. Like, she wasn't very good in the postseason. She shot 28% from 3. Yes, I expect the 3-point shooting to go up to maybe her career average. Her field goal percentage to pick it up a little bit. But she still can't move. And she's the only point guard in her team. That's where another issue is. Her team doesn't have a backup point guard because they're so confident in her. And even while being the only point guard in her team, playing serious minutes, she wasn't doing anything. And the crazy thing is that, yeah, her shot's there and unrivaled. Because she has the greenest light in the history. She's shooting 20 shots a game. Like, I understand that Chelsea Gray's shooting really well. And you know what? For that Rose team, give her the 20 shots a game because it's why the Rose are winning. But, like, everybody's saying, oh, look at the points, look at the box scores. 24 shots, 21 shots, 20 shots, 20 shots. 16, 20. So she's shooting 20 shots a game. Is she going to do that with A'ja Wilson? No. No, she's not. And to say to Chelsea Gray, if there's any player in the WNBA, if there's any guard in the WNBA that you want the ball in their hands to create a shot and take it late in a game, there is no other guard other than Chelsea Gray that you would want for that, including Caitlin Clark. But like that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. And the media are still pushing it. How the hell did the media ignore the best regular season a point guard has ever had in the WNBA? I want to show you guys what Caitlin Clark did over what Caitlin Clark did. I want to get her stats here. Where is the ESPN? I'm going to show you guys game log. What she did over like the 7 or 8 games what she did after the Olympics. Caitlin Clark, post-Olympic break, had the best spell for a point guard in the history of the game. In the history of WNBA. So, post-Olympic break. She came out and had 29 and 10, 23 and 9, 23 and 8. By the way, 50% shooting, 47%, 44%. 19, she didn't have a good game against the Dream that first game. And then she had 31 and 12 on 14 shots against Chicago. 5 of 9 from 3. 31 and 12. 28 and 12 against Dallas. 24-point triple-double against the Sparks. And by the way, from the Olympics up until that Sparks win, when they were after that Sparks win, I think they guaranteed in the playoffs. And by the way, this team stunk after that game. They went and started playing Christy Sides ball. But up until that point, she was averaging like 25 and 10 on 50, 40, 90 shooting. She was post-Olympic break, she was averaging 25 and 10 on 50, 40, 90 shooting. And that is a much more impressive than what Chelsea Gray is doing in a 3-on-3 league. And every time people are like, look, Chelsea Gray is the best point guard in the W. Why? You're seeing it unrivaled. Remember the 2022 playoffs. You know who else looked like the best player in the world in the 2022 playoffs? Stephen Curry in the men's. If you are arguing Stephen Curry is the best basketball player in the world right now, you are idiot. You're an idiot. Genuinely. You are dumb if you're arguing that. Like 2022, let me think back to 2022. Ja Morant was winning Most Improved Player of the Year. That is how long ago that was. He was winning Most Improved Player. Paolo Banchero had not been drafted yet. Victor Wembanyama had not even joined Metropolitans 92. He was still playing for Asvel. He had not even joined Metropolitans 92. Caitlin Clark, nobody outside of college basketball fanatics or who saw the viral clip of her knew who Caitlin Clark was, because Caitlin Clark was in her sophomore season. And it was like, that's how long ago it was. Do you want to know? It was also so long ago that Angel Reese was still at Maryland. That is how long it has been since Chelsea Gray had that 2022 playoffs. And again, it's cool to be proven wrong, but there was no stage where over a 44-game season, you would take... There was no version of Chelsea Gray that over 44 games or over 40 games that you would take over Caitlin Clark. That is a fact. What Caitlin Clark did post-Olympic break was madness. And by the way, remember her coming up to the Olympic break? She was shooting poorly, especially from three. But, again, she had 29.13 assist game. She had a 24.19 assist game. I repeat, 24 points, 19 assists in a game. She set the all-time record for assists in a game. Chelsea Gray has been in the league 10 years and couldn't do that. And she's meant to be this passer first. Chelsea Gray is Jason Williams with a post game. Like, she is a good passer. She's she's more flashy than she's effective with her passing. And in her defense, she can back down. Like, she can back down, she can create her shot. In a one-on-one situation, it is very tough for a guard to stop her. Because she's strong, she knows how to use her body, she hits the fadeaway, and she can hit a lot of contested shots. But, like, what relevance is that when you're playing with Jewel Lloyd, with Aja Wilson, and you, as good as a passer as Chelsea Gray is, Chelsea Gray does not, Chelsea Gray genuinely does not, she doesn't create the space. She's she's a good passer, but she doesn't create the gravity that a Caitlin or a Breanna has. She just doesn't, and is nowhere near as effective on the offensive end as either of those two, and is equally as bad on defense. And Skylar Diggins is also better than Chelsea Gray. Like, she is the fourth best point guard in the WNBA, and that is if you are, that is genuinely if you're ignoring Natasha Cloud. Natasha Cloud might be the fourth best point guard in the W. And that is why this argument is so disrespectful. It is people trying to spite Caitlin Clark by realistically ignoring what we saw in the WNBA season. And in that case, disrespecting Sabrina Ionescu. And you can't say, oh, we're seeing unrivaled. Sabrina Ionescu is literally there for a vacation. Skylar Diggins has been equally as good as Chelsea Gray in Unrivaled. And Chelsea Gray has been great in Unrivaled. She's been better than Natasha Cloud, but Natasha Cloud was much better last season than Gray. And again, Natasha Cloud is on Vacation Basketball Club. So yeah, it's just so annoying seeing every single day the media pushing that Chelsea Gray is the best point guard in the WNBA when she's like number 5. It is literally like arguing Chris Paul. Oh, she's better than Chris Paul. It's like arguing Chris Paul in 2023. Not 2021, because there was actual arguments there when he was second MVP voting. Or was it 2022 when he was second MVP voting? I can't remember. There's one of the years he was really high. But it would be like arguing Chris Paul right before he was getting traded to Washington and then Golden State. Or even Golden State Chris Paul, or around that time, was the best point guard in the NBA. You just look dumb. You just look dumb. It's like arguing in the year of, in like, I don't know, 2019, that Blake Griffin, as good as he was, he had this like resurgence where he looked great, but arguing he was still the best power forward in the NBA, just a dumb argument. And these arguments don't stop. But anyway, I'll see you guys.